Every year, people ask the same question: which programming language is best? This sounds like a simple question, but it is really not. Asking which programming language is best is like asking what is the best vehicle or which is the best vehicle. Now, let's look at it from this angle. A motorcycle is best for beating traffic, while a truck is best for carrying heavy load. A bus better for carrying many people at the same time, while a sports car is built for speed, right? So none is best for every situation. Programming languages work the same way. Now, in 2026, there is no one language that beats every other language in every area. So the best or the better question to ask is, which programming language is best for what? Now, are you looking for programming language that is best for getting a job, or a programming language best for building a website, or best for building AI and machine learning tasks, or best for mobile applications, or best for speed, or even best for beginners? So once you ask the right questions, the answers become much clearer. Let's take it one at a time. Number one is Python. Python is one of the easiest languages to learn and read. And this is why beginners love Python a lot. But it is also powerful enough for professionals working in AI, machine learning, automation, data analysis, cybersecurity, and backend development. Now, think of Python like a Toyota Corolla. It may not be the flashiest car on the road, and it may not be built for racing, but it is dependable, practical, easy to use, and trusted by millions. So if someone asks for your safe recommendation, Python is usually one of the first answers. That is why in 2026, Python still remains one of the smartest languages to learn, giving you a wider door to technology. You can start with small scripts and grow into AI, machine learning, data science, or even web development without throwing away what you've learned. Python's only real weakness is that it is not always the fastest option when raw speed matters. But for many people, especially beginners and people entering the AI related field, Python is one of the strongest choices to learn. Now, let's talk about TypeScript. TypeScript is built on JavaScript, but it adds structure and safety, helping developers catch mistakes very early, especially when they are building large applications that has so many moving parts. Now, imagine building a small kiosk by the roadside. You might get away with rough planning, but if you are constructing a larger shopping mall, of course, you need proper measurements and so many other things. And that is what TypeScript bring into a project. And this is why many software projects now prefer TypeScript for building web apps, dashboards, APIs, SaaS platforms, and so many other projects. Now, in simple terms, it helps teams build with more confidence. So if your goal is to build serious model applications, especially in the web, TypeScript is usually one of the best answers you can go for. Now, JavaScript. JavaScript is still everywhere. For many years, JavaScript has powered interactive websites, browser behaviors, and much of modern front-end development. Now, even now, when people talk about TypeScript, they are still operating inside the larger JavaScript world. TypeScript has not replaced JavaScript. It has simply become a more structured way many teams use JavaScript. So, JavaScript is still very important. But in 2026 and beyond, many developers no longer stop at plain JavaScript, going one step further, using TypeScript for extra safety and reliability. Java and C Sharp, these are the kings. Banks, enterprise systems, government softwares, and large-scale platforms, large APIs, desktop tools, and many backend services still rely heavily on Java and C Sharp. Now, these languages, Java and C Sharp, have been around for years, and this long history is actually part of their strength, coming with mature ecosystem, strong toolings, and a huge number of companies that trust them. So if your goal is to work in enterprise environment, corporate software, Microsoft heavy systems, or large backend platforms, go for Java and C Sharp because they remain excellent languages to learn in 2026. Now, over to Go, Go. Go is a relatively easy to understand language, yet they are powerful enough to run large-scale systems. Go just works, and it is especially attractive for developers who want a language that is easy to maintain and perform very well in production. We'll talk about Rust, Rust. Now, Rust is totally different. and it is designed for performance and safety, especially in areas where memory leaks can become dangerous and expensive, making it attractive for systems programming, security-focused applications, infrastructure tools, and other performance-enabled software. But Rust is not the easiest language to pick up. Rust demands discipline because learning it can feel a bit like riding a bicycle to piloting an aircraft. The reward is control, safety, and confidence, but the training is quite tough. So if you want to work a little close to the hardware, write highly efficient code, or even build systems where reliability matters daily, Rust is one of your options that you might want to consider. So finally, we'll move to C and C++. C and C++ combo are still very important, especially where low-level control matters. C and C++ are very powerful, close to the metal, and built for serious work. C and C++ are not usually the easiest starting point for beginners because they require more care and understanding of how computers work. But for specialized fields, they remain extremely valuable. These languages are not fading because the industries that need them are not disappearing anytime soon. Now, to answer the question, which is the best programming language? So the final and honest answer to this question is the best programming language in 2026 depends on the task you want to build, what you intend to achieve, and the road you intend to travel. So if you're a beginner, Python or JavaScript might be the first place and the best place to start because it opens many doors. It's not like others don't open doors, but they are usually easy to grasp and to start with. So if you want to build modern websites, web apps, SaaS products, or even full stack applications, TypeScript, JavaScript, Python is one of the best options you can go for. If you want cloud infrastructure and scalable backend services, you can go with the Go option. If you want performance, safety, and system level engineering, Rust stands out. If you want embedded systems, hardware near development, and stuff around that, go for C and C++. They are the boss. Now, in conclusion, choosing a programming language is a bit like choosing a path in life. You don't need the tool that does everything. You need the tool that helps you move in the direction you want to go. So instead of chasing whatever is trending, think about what you want to build and achieve. Now, do you want to work in AI, build websites, get an enterprise job, create mobile apps, develop cloud systems, work close to the hardware? Once you answer that question, the best language stops being a confusion. So in 2026, Python is still the safest all-round choice, while TypeScript is one of the strongest choices for building modern applications. But the real winner is not the language with the loudest hype. It is the language that fits your goal, your learning style, and the kind of project you want to solve. Now remember, a hammer is not better than a screwdriver. It depends on whether you are driving a nail or you're tightening a screw. That is exactly how programming languages work. So tell us which programming language you're learning right now. Let's get to see it in the comment section.